Sure. Well, welcome back, everybody, to our AI challenge. So this is our second challenge. I hope everybody had a chance to check out Paxton.ai. Yesterday, we did a couple of demos of that product, and I was using a free trial, which I think has ended now, but got to play with it a little bit. So today, we're going to hoping some people come put some comments and let me know how that went for them. But today we are going to look at VLEX, which is a product by Fastcase, which I have access to through my membership with the Louisiana Bar Association. So we used to be Fastcase, now it's VLEX Fastcase, and now it's their AI called Vincent AI. And so I now have a 3-day trial of the AI product. So I'm not sure what the full-on pricing version is. Maybe we'll look at that as well in just a minute. But I just wanted to play with it to see what it will do here in our studio tonight. So this is kind of just what we've been doing. And when people write to me and ask me to demo a product, I try to find a free trial of it if I can, or get someone from the company to come on and do a video, and then it goes into my YouTube video library. So let me just make sure that this is sharing. It is wonderful. Okay, so again, this is Vincent AI. It is by VLEX, formerly known as Fastcase. And I know it has a contract with the Louisiana Bar Association. That's where I'm a member. I'm also a member of the Michigan Bar Association, but I haven't checked to see if we have it there as well. One place is enough, of course. But I just wanted to poke around. And so far, the dashboard for Vincent is very similar to the Paxton AI. But I wanted to check and see a little bit here on, so the information here, feedback, knowledge base, help desk. I was going to see what they said about what their security and privacy settings are, but we will find that out. It doesn't look like they're right here, but that's okay because we are logged into Fastcase. So it's going to be whatever theirs is, the settings are going to roll over. That is something key to check with any software that you use, that you're going to be putting information in. And again, I like to redact all the information that I put into any type of AI, whether it's a subscription. I don't use anything that's free, I don't think. Google, of course, has plugins. Gemini is a plugin. And so those, you have to just be very careful what information that you're putting in. So basic search queries, they're going to be going in and using advanced AI software baked in. So you can't actually say you don't use AI anymore because you do. You may not know it or recognize it, but it is pretty much baked into everything. So it looks like we can just do an open query, and I'm poking back to see if we have any comments. No comments yet. So we are live this evening on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Had a little glitch in going live yesterday, so I think it's working today. It seems to be working. And of course, as always, most people watch the recording instead of the live stream, and that's totally cool. And so here we go. We're going to poke around with it. So we're going to look at, we're just going to do some research. So let's see. I'm going to put, I am an employment, if I'm going to talk, I should use the voice function. There we go. I am an employment attorney in Washington, D.C., period. I would like to write a white paper about federal rules and regulations for the termination of federal employees, period. Where can I start? Question mark. So it corrected that. So what are the federal rules and regulations? Yes, submit the question. See, it's trying to read my mind. So it's finding authorities and reviewing them. So since that was a pretty overly broad question, I'm going to get lots and lots of stuff here. Oh, we're up to 103 potential authorities that's reviewing them. Here's a note about one being overruled, abrogated. So let's see, we've got all kinds of stuff coming in. So termination of probationary employees, constitutional considerations, distinguishing terminations for cause and reduction in force. That looks pretty interesting. Okay, so that was determined it was not a reduction in force, but it was more a termination for cause. Okay. All right, so it's actually given me an answer. Lots and lots of citations in a short response. So the federal rules and regulations governing termination of federal employees are outlined in the Civil Service Reform Act, CSRA, and related statutes. So these provide a comprehensive framework for handling adverse personnel actions, including termination, and ensure procedural protections for federal employees. The Merit Systems Protection Board plays a crucial role in adjudicating disputes arising from such actions. Cool. So here's sort of the basics. So we've got recent amendments in 2024. All right, I'm going to copy these and go back over here. And build an argument. Okay, so describe the facts. My client was part of a mass termination in the federal government in January 2025, period. Given the rules for federal employment termination, what causes of action may I have against the employer, period. The goals are to make the best possible cause of action in the situation based on relevant statute and case law, period. All right, so it's incredibly broad. I don't expect it to get anywhere close to being, right. I'm not an employment lawyer, so I wouldn't be able to tell you if it was right or not. Just using this as an example. All right, so here is some suggestions. So it's teaching me some things as we go along here. So federal employees are entitled to certain procedural protections before termination, including notice and an opportunity to respond. Mass terminations in federal government may be subject to specific regulations and exceptions under federal law, and federal employees may have a cause of action for wrongful termination. All right, let's go forward. Maybe I'll have some employment lawyers hop in and give me some real case scenarios as we're working through this. I just learned of some new immigration centered software today, so I'll probably get one of my immigration attorneys on to help me demo that, since they will know the process better than I do. All right, so we are back doing the research. It's got 101 authorities. It's reviewing 64 authorities. Using gobs of data mining. There it goes. Okay. Okay. So it says using the best available legal authorities. This may take a few minutes. So here's the factual background, case law, introduction, issues, legal principles, statutory protections, constitutional due process, judicial precedents, administrative review, precedent on procedural due process. These principles are relevant because they collectively establish a robust legal framework ensuring that federal employees are afforded due process before termination, aligning with the user's goal of demonstrating entitlement to procedural protections. So here's the application and analysis. Sounds like an IRAC, good old law school exams. So these are the protected, it is a protected property interest. There's a constitutional requirement for due process, the Laudermill case, the CSRA's provision for administrative review by the MSPB, procedural protections, and here are the key submissions. Alternative arguments. If not a protected property interest, the argument remains strong due to the statutory protections. Areas at risk, weakened by the fact that Laudermill was declined to follow in a subsequent case, but mitigating risk, etc. So here's our conclusion. Based on the facts and legal principles discussed in the strongest argument is that federal employees are entitled to procedural protections before termination, including notice and opportunity to respond. The user has a solid basis for asserting these rights as demonstrated by the application of the law to facts. So this is, so that's our argument. And let me go back over here. So we have options. So asking a research question, which we did, building an argument, which we did, analyzing a contract, analyzing a complaint. So let's do that. Let's see the same case we did last night, the Louis Vuitton case. Let's see, Tiffany v. Louis Vuitton. We'll pull that up. If anybody wants to send me some redacted cases, I can do that too. Don't send me the ones that everybody's information in it, please. Okay, so it actually has pulled out. So we've got claims, timeline. Ooh, honestly, just having a timeline is so helpful. So with the timeline, we want this is what I feel is most pivotal, having had Paxton read me the case yesterday. So we're going to look at these and let's see, create a timeline and defense as the attorney for Louis Vuitton. Oh, there it goes. It's doing something. Bar is moving. Oh, looks like the bar is stopped. I wonder if it's still thinking. Did I run out of credits? So it is something that you look at when we are using AI. So there's subscription AI, monthly subscriptions, and then there's also tokens. So you can purchase and or earn tokens in certain programs. So it's something to be aware of. So here it goes. It's looking at authorities and analyzing them. Again, since I looked at this yesterday in a different software, I kind of have some idea of what's going on. I didn't ask for a timeline. I didn't see that as an available in the other product, although it probably is there. I just wasn't looking for it. But really, I mean, just having a timeline is so worth its weight in gold. Just thinking back and how many times I've had to do that, track out the timelines and all the relevant dates. And, here they are. Hope you can see that. See if I can open this to where you can see it in full screen. That would be awesome. There's a copy. So we can copy it and we can download it as a table. Copy, download. Cool. So you could download it. There it is. Where'd it go? Okay. All right. So AI has broken this down into separate arguments. It has case law with short response. It has here download. So I can download it as a Word or a PDF. And I think there's a plugin actually in VLEX/Fastcase that automatically has a Word. I saw that when I logged in. So, but you can obviously download it here. You can make a copy, or you can copy the link and come back here. Again, if I come back in 3 days, it won't be here because I won't have a subscription anymore. But it does go into case law right here. And again, check everything. So don't take any AI or law student, clerk, or even junior associate at completely face value. Make sure everything is checked and double checked, because you do not want to be that person that submitted something that was made up. Inaccurate, bad enough, but made up is completely unacceptable. All right, so I think this is a good demo of this product. We've been here for 20 minutes, and that includes me chatting and making some comments here. So what we're doing here and what I help people do is I'm vetting technology. The main thing that I do is strategy, law firm strategy, and that's growth and development and exit planning, team building, process building, and just sort of overall health and vitality of law firms. And so AI, since I've been training in AI for the last been over 6 months now, since July. I kind of jumped in with both feet back in July, but I've been experimenting with it for, I guess, over about a year and a half. When my clients started asking questions and people started asking me to speak, I was like, okay, I guess this is the thing that I need to learn to be of best service to my clients in adding efficiencies. And now it's more than a nice to have. It's more than just adding efficiencies. It's keeping up with clients who know stuff is available and are starting to push back on billables and time. So instead of having someone spend a lot of time on research and billing for it, you're starting to see bills being cut because of that. So we're expecting quicker research, quicker turnaround, not paying for associates to draft memos, because as you can see, we just did it in a matter of a few minutes. Awesome. So that frees you up for doing the things that you need to do, building the relationships, developing clients, strategy, preparing for arguments, preparing for mediations and arbitration. the strategy that goes along with the practice, the client management, the overall development of plans, more time to talk to me now that you have some of these lower hanging fruit, lower level items. And don't panic if you are in a support role, on a team role in law firms. So teams are reorganizing around these technologies, not laying off people. So there are some large companies that have laid off people, but we're finding now that that was more of a knee-jerk reaction and things are going to right size. So stay tuned for that if you are a law firm owner and you're considering laying off people just so that you can use technology. Let's really have a serious conversation. So you can just send me a message and say you want to talk about it, and we'll talk about it. So awesome. So I'm Day Naif. I run the Success Partner. This is part of our AI challenge. Again, if you have anything you want me to demo and I can get a hold of it, or anyone you want me to interview, please let me know. I'm going to stop sharing, and hopefully you can join us again next time. And do reach out and comment if you're watching the replay, and I will see you again soon.